How's it going, everyone? It's me, Whiplashthesnake, bringing you a brand new video. And this one is going to be yet another life story. And this one is a pretty funny one, so I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you do, please leave a like on this video. I would really appreciate it. But that being said, let's just get right into it this time. Alright, so when I was about 13 years old, me and my family would go out to this little BMX track, you know. It was a little racetrack where there was a bunch of jumps and a bunch of different like little obstacles on it, and you would basically take your bike to it, ride around, have fun. And we would go basically every weekend, and we would have a good time, you know, stay there for about 2 hours and just ride our bikes around in circles on this track. Now this track, it had like a bunch of jumps, it had like a bunch of loops, it had a bunch of turns to it, you know, basically the things that you would expect on a motorcycle track, but just scaled down for like normal bikes. You know, it was a little bit extreme for it, but you know, me, my mom, my sister, my dad, we would all have a good time on it. And on this particular day, my mom and my sister decided that they were gonna head home early because my sister was getting tired and she didn't want to ride anymore. And they basically left me and my dad at this track. And so we rode around for about another 40 minutes, and by this time I was starting to get tired as well and I wanted to go home. So I decided that I was going to stay at the end of the track and wait for my dad, who said that he was going to go on one more run. And you know, I was just like, okay, whatever, go have fun. The track only takes about a minute or two to complete at most, even if you're having like a really bad run. So I didn't really think much of it. He was just going to go up there, ride around the track, come back, and we were going to leave. So, you know, I'm just sitting at the bottom of the hill. I watch him go up to the top where, you know, the bikes line up, get ready to go down. He kicks off, and he just goes flying down the track, going as fast as he possibly can. And he just goes around this corner and disappears. Completely disappears behind this corner, and I don't see him anymore. He's just gone. And I'm just like sitting there like, well, okay then. Guess he must have fell. But, you know, I wasn't too much worried, which I guess is a bad thing. But I didn't figure that he was hurt too badly, you know. It was just off of a bike, so I thought that he would just get back up and walk back away, you know, ride back away, whatever. Which I guess is a pretty bad assumption to make after what happened to my sister, but going on. So about 1 minute passes. Nothing happens. I'm just sitting there like, well, this is taking oddly long. 2 minutes passes. Nothing happens. Okay, where is he? We need to go home here. 3 minutes passes. Nothing happens. Okay, seriously, should I go over there? 4 minutes passes. I see his bike finally start going around the track again. And at this point, I'm completely relieved, you know. He goes around the track completely fine, finishes it, and pulls up to me. He's like, hey, where's your mom and sister? And as soon as he said that, I was just like, wait, you know they left. You put their bikes back in the car, I mean. And he looks at me for a second, and he's just like, oh, okay, alright. And I didn't get to see his eyes at this time because it was really dark at the place. It was nighttime around like 9 o'clock, so I didn't really get to see his eyes very well. But you know, he didn't really stay on that topic very long, so he's like, alright, let's just grab the bikes, let's go home. And I'm like, alright, that's what we were planning on doing anyway. So we take both of our bikes, basically just put them in the back of the truck, you know, get into the car and start pulling off. And as we're pulling off, he's like, wait, where's your mom and sister at? I just, like, at this point, I stared at him like, are you serious? So I told him again, they already left. They went home. And again, he's like, oh, okay, alright, I'm sorry. And so I was just sitting there, you know, just staring at him because, I mean, like, who asks the same question twice in a row when you know where the people are? But, you know, I go into my own little world for a while, and, you know, he's just driving home. Everything seems completely normal until we get on the highway. The second we get on the highway and start driving home, he, like, starts looking behind him. He starts, like, looking all around the car. He, like, starts just, like, kind of standing up a little bit in the car, turning around to look in the back of the truck. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, and he looks at me with like an expression of pure fear, just like, we took the bikes home, didn't we? And I'm just staring at him like, yeah, they're in the back of the truck. We packed them up before we left. What are you doing? He's like, oh, okay. Wait, where's your mom and sister? And at this point, I just kind of like stared at him like, you're not serious, are you? You're not really asking that question, are you? So I didn't really even answer at this point. I just kind of like looked at him, And he's like, wait, where are they? And I just told him they went home. It's like, oh, okay, I just was wondering, I didn't know where they were. So I definitely knew something was up at this point, especially when he started looking behind him again, looking for the bikes. So, I really start paying attention to his driving, and I noticed that he's kind of swerving back and forth on the road, on the highway. And so I was just sitting there, just like watching it, as we were getting like inches away from cars, and I was like, yep, we're gonna die. And of course I didn't have a cell phone on me at the time, so we were completely screwed. But by some miracle we actually make it off the highway, and we go all the way back home. And we get home, my dad sees that the car is inside of the garage, he's like, okay, there they are, I was wondering where they went. I was like, are you kidding me? So we take the bikes out of the back of the truck, we just like put them in the garage and we walk in, and the first thing is I go up to my mom and I'm like, okay, Dad's acting really weird. I don't know what he's on, but he is just acting strange at the moment. So she gives me a weird look like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, he's asking strange questions. He was looking behind him on the highway. He was asking where you guys were about 10 times during the entire night. As soon as I said that, she was like, wait, what happened? Did he fall or something? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, his thing is a little bit dirty, and he took a while on his last run, but I don't know if he fell. So she gets up, immediately walks over to my dad and looks at his eyes. And now that we're in the light, we can see him better. Looks at his pupils and calls me over a look. And one eye is just so much bigger than the other. I mean, like, one was like fully dilated, and the other one was just not. Just completely round, just big. So I'm like, that's not a normal, is it? And she's like, no, he has a concussion. I'm going to be right back. I'm taking him to the hospital. And I'm like, okay, so I just go and sit down and watch TV because, I was like, okay, the hospital will take care of it. It's probably not serious. I'm 13. I don't know what a concussion is, so I just don't react at all. I'm just like, okay, what is that? I'm gonna go watch this TV here at SpongeBob's on. And so a few hours pass and they come back. And my mom comes up to me and says, yeah, he definitely had a concussion. He was doing the same things in the car with me as he was doing with you, and he wasn't even driving this time. He was asking a bunch of strange questions, We took him to the hospital, so they just looked at him and they're like, yeah, he has a concussion. So they did a few scans and made sure it was nothing serious, which it wasn't, and they sent us home. And everything was fine from that point. I asked her, is he alright? She's like, yeah, he's completely fine. I just have to make sure that he's alright during the night, that nothing else really happens. I'm like, okay. So we go to bed, wake up in the morning, and I go up to my mom and ask her, like, oh, is he better? And she's like, yeah, he's better. And he told me at once he remembered everything, what happened. And apparently what happened during this night is he went and just went down this track as fast as he possibly could, took a jump really high, went about 5 feet in the air. And there was this one kid that apparently didn't take the jump and went completely under him on the jump. And he landed on top of that bike, fell off of his bike, and basically ate face on the ground below. We don't know what happened to the kid that he landed on, but hopefully he's okay. And she showed me his jersey, which was completely covered in dirt on one side, which is where he probably landed. And she showed me his helmet, which he was required to wear. It was basically a full motorcycle helmet, and she showed it to me and there was a crack on it. I'm like, okay, so that was a pretty serious fall. But he told us that after he landed on that kid, everything completely blacked out, and that he didn't remember anything from the rest of the night. And so we're like, yeah, that makes sense. But luckily afterwards he made a full recovery and everything was fine from then on. We still don't know what happened to that kid. We really hope he's okay, but we don't know. Anyways, guys, that was today's story. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on this video. If you really liked it, please hit that subscribe button. I would love a new addition to the Snake Army. I like doing these life stories. They really help me connect with you guys. I feel like they help you guys know me better as a creator and as a person between videos. So I really like doing these, guys. Please let me know if you enjoy them. Anyways, guys, that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you all on the next one. Whiplash signing out.